Creating a strategic website footer is one of those really easily overlooked elements when it comes to website design, especially when you are DIYing your website. But they're one of the most important parts of a website, in my opinion. And I'm going to break down exactly what I mean and show you some examples in this video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Mariah, an SEO consultant and educator for business owners over at mariahmagazine.com. And on this channel, I help simplify things like SEO, websites, tech, and I dive into tools and recommendations to help you grow your online business in a way that works for you. In today's video, we're going to go through what I mean when I say strategic website footer design. Okay, so a website footer is something that I look at all the time when I'm doing website audits for clients, when I'm doing audits for students in my SEO membership, and when I'm teaching workshops. Footers always come up because they're such an important part of a website, but they're one of the easiest things to skip over. So if you're wondering what to put in your footer and why, and you want to see some examples, you've made it to the right video. Let's kick it into the screen share. Okay, so a website footer is a content section that lives on the bottom of typically every page on your website. So you can see right here, this is my website footer, this whole thing. And so the reason why these are so important is because they live at the bottom of every single page of your website. It's like a catch-all net. So it's like if a user was scrolling your page, this is my home page, but it could be a services page, an about page, whatever. They're scrolling it and maybe they're not sure what action to take, or they didn't find the information that they really needed. That footer is kind of here as a catch-all net of like, hey, where do you need to go that maybe you didn't have the link to before? And so the pieces that I suggest every single person have in their footer is social media links. For sure, a lot of people skip this. We want your social media links in here, especially if you don't have them listed like in the header of your website. Some website templates and some website platforms make that easy. Some of them don't. So definitely always have that in the footer. And then make sure that when you click on them, they open up in a new tab. We don't want them to open up in the same tab. And then when the user clicks on them in order to like see your YouTube channel, it takes them away from your website. We don't want that. Any external link should open up in a new tab. Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing is we want to have like a little menu option of important pages listed in your footer. So if somebody makes it to the bottom of the page, where do you want them to go? And so we have my services pages listed here. These are very important. These are my money pages. These are what I am making money with. Okay, so if you're a service provider, it's likely going to be your services pages, or maybe you have service area pages because you offer services to different parts of like where you're located. Okay, then maybe you want to list those in your footer. If you're an e-commerce shop, then it's important to maybe either list your best-selling items collection or your popular collections or that type of thing. So when you're thinking about the footer and like really strategizing it, you have to know your audience. What are they going to be looking for? I'm an SEO consultant. They're probably going to be looking for SEO consulting services that make sense for them. So these pages, typically they don't have to open up in a new tab because it's just another page on my website. It's not a link that's taking them off of my website. Okay. And then the other thing that we should have is I always like to include site credits. So it's like if you did not DIY your website yourself and you hired, let's say, a photographer for brand photos, maybe you hired a copywriter, maybe you hired a graphic designer and a website designer, I like to have those site credits here. Some people list them out right away. I just created a page on my site that has site credits right there. And then the other thing legally is that you have to have a privacy policy on your website. In the US, I don't know about other countries. I'm pretty sure that you also do in other countries. Don't quote me on that, but it's also best practice to have your privacy policy and terms. So this page right here is my privacy policy and my terms and conditions on one page. So that is linked to the footer of my website. I also have my copyright. And then this line right here, I always suggest that people have even if you don't offer local services to people. So I am located in Buffalo, New York, but to be honest, I serve clients all over the world. But this little line here kind of weaves in my target keyword, which is SEO consultant, and it weaves in where I'm located. Even if like I'm actually in a suburb of Buffalo, but this is the bigger city, this is a huge thing, like I said, especially if you're not a local business in particular, because like I don't have Buffalo, New York sprinkled all over my site because I don't really target local clients, okay? But I wanted to put it in here because it's a connection point with people on the internet. If they're scrolling my site, they see in the footer that I'm based out of Buffalo, New York. I've had clients hire me because they were like, my husband's brother's from Buffalo, New York, and like we love it there, and like that's why we wanted to connect with you. It's a point of connection for actual humans, because our website is for our ideal audience, but our ideal audience is humans, and it's humans looking to connect with other humans. Okay, so that's what I like to, like one reason why I like to have this. Another reason is because of AI. Sometimes when people are AI prompting, they might be like, hey, can you find me an SEO consultant that specializes in small business SEO? Sometimes that AI chat will automatically show the user local options, even if they didn't ask for it. So having this little thing in the footer of your site, even if you don't put it anywhere else, which I would suggest putting on like your about page and other things, but we're not going to get into that. But even if you put it nowhere else, this little signal can sometimes help you get shown in those AI prompts, even if the user didn't ask for a local suggestion. Okay, so this is kind of like a locational SEO clarity, trust building thing, all in one line. And that's why I suggest that people do it, even if you're an e-commerce shop, creating products out of Portland, Oregon. Okay, great. Put that in there. Let me connect with you. Let me know where you're located and that type of thing. I'm interrupting this video really quick because I created something super fun and I want to share it with you. It's a free SEO assessment and scorecard so that you can find out how searchable your business is in Google and in AI tools. This free download will help you spot the gaps, make improvements, and start attracting the people already searching for what you offer. Go ahead and snag your free copy over at my website, mariahmagazine.com/scorecard, or I will leave the link to that in the video description box below. And then this middle section that I have right here, to be honest, this isn't really mandatory, especially if you already have like your money pages or your most priority pages linked. I just have these quick links because I know my audience, and I know, like, I get questions all the time, like, how do I become an affiliate? Like, how do I log in to get my products? And I just picked out like the most popular pages on my actual site that I want to drive people to. And I kind of just put it in quick links. You don't necessarily need this, but I would say you absolutely need social media links. You need links to your money pages or your most important priority pages. You need this kind of like legal information on the bottom. And then I would say that you definitely need some kind of line like this telling people where you're located, and it's a great place to infuse a couple more keywords in there. I'd also say that if you're not going to do the quick links specifically, definitely having a link to your contact page could be really important, especially if you're a service provider or if you're an e-commerce shop. It's like, what if people have questions about their order or about shipping times, that type of thing. So especially put the contact page link in your footer, especially if it's not in the header of your website. Usually when people want to contact a business of any kind, they will scroll to the footer and look for the link to the contact page. I will say that, like, depending on your website platform, you can sometimes have a different footer on different pages of your site, but like this is my about page, and notice that it's the same footer here. Okay, so I really like to keep it consistent, but enough with my website footer. I want to show you some other options too. So I just found some local websites to me that offer local services, and this is going to be a really good example of knowing your people and knowing what they need. So this is a plumber that is local to me. Notice they have featured services. They also have quick links. They have their location and their phone number. Okay, so this is going to be important if you have a location and if you have a phone number that you want people to access. So I'm an online service provider. I don't have a location. I don't want y'all calling my phone, and I don't want you showing up at my location. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have this information, but if you're a local business, you should. I would also say what they should have, and I know that it's like in their header here, I would want them to put their hours here specifically, because if I'm a user, I looked at, this whole page and I'm like, yeah, I want to call them. I want to see right away, what are their hours? The time that I am looking at their website, can I call them right now? That type of thing. Okay. So then we can see another example here. This is another local service provider to me. They have 2 different locations. So notice they have both of those addresses. That's really great. They have their hours. Fantastic. They have phone numbers. So notice they don't have like their money pages or like their services linked. I would probably do that. The other thing is like they are really elaborating here. They're really taking advantage of like, this is a place that you can kind of put your keywords, your location, like a mini about section. So I don't have that on my footer just because I like the way that mine looks. But another thing that you can consider that they did right here is kind of like a mini about section where it's like you scroll to the footer, you can set like in business in Buffalo since 1973. That's a huge trust building credibility factor. So you can add a mini about section to your footer as well. I would say that a lot of the times when I am doing audits, most people's footer only has this information. And that's really why I try to focus on like beefing up their footer a little bit, because then you're missing out on all of this really helpful information that can help users know you, like you, and trust you, and then buy from you. So here's an example of a not great footer. This is another local service provider to me. Notice that like, this doesn't have very much information. They have the map here that like shows their business and I can click and get directions, but like I don't see a phone number. I don't see an address. I don't know their hours. Can you reiterate what you do? What are your top services? So it's like if I scroll to the bottom of this page, now maybe I'm still confused on what to do. Like there's no easy way to move me around the website, which is an SEO ranking factor. How long are people spending on your website? How many pages are they viewing? A lot of SEO ranking factors that people don't realize are user experience factors. And that's why knowing your website and making it strategic for your users is so important. So to do a little recap, things that are really important in your footer are social media links that open up in a new tab, having your money pages or your most important pages or your services or your top collections linked in there, having your location somewhere, even if you're not a location-based business, having a what you are, what your business is, like some kind of keyword that we can connect, having it in there, having your copyright and other legal things. If you are a local business, then definitely having your address, having your hours, having your phone number, okay? And so another one that I just thought of is if you are a restaurant, what's the main thing that people want to do when they come to your site? And this would probably be under like quick links or featured services or whatever, but you would want to put a link to your menu and a link to book reservations. That's what I mean by like knowing your people, okay? And so the other things that you can add is a mini about section right here. That's really great. And then another thing that I didn't really go into, but if you have a newsletter or an email list, having that link or having that form in the footer is also really good practice if you'd like to drive people over to your email list. I know that that's kind of a lot to juggle, but if you're stuck, go ahead and look at some websites in your industry. Go ahead and look at some other websites, and as you're kind of scouring the internet and searching for things and kind of like navigating yourself, take note of people's website footers. What do you think is the most helpful when you're a client or a potential customer or a user of a website? And just take note of the things that you think are really helpful, and then take the time to beef up your own website footer. A little strategy here can go a long way. So hopefully all of that was helpful. So that's it for today's video. If you guys found this video helpful, give me a really quick thumbs up. The simple thumbs up does go a long way in letting the YouTube algorithm know that my video is helpful, and therefore hopefully pushing it out to more people that also might find it helpful. And if you enjoyed this more website design strategy type video, definitely let me know in the comments. I use your comments, your feedback, and your questions questions to inspire new videos on this channel. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and I will see you in the next video.